So we've been here before.
We have.
Many
It's been a
years
while.
ago, and we're back.
Yeah.
Hello there, pair of peeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
We are here at Lakeview Cemetery in Jamestown, New York.
We are.
We stopped here a long time ago, and we went to the grave of Lucille Ball.
We did.
We were by here, and I said, let's stop. There's a couple more people. And we got a little bit of challenge. It's getting dark on us, and it's windy out, and our microphones are still packed up, so we don't have them. But we're going to show you some footage of the grave sites, and Marion's going to do a voiceover, so they may stop and have pictures or whatever, and we got 3 to share with you.
Yeah. It's not quite dark. It's obviously going to be quite daylight when you see it.
Yeah,
but
well, it's getting dark.
The sun is moving to get ready for night-night.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
But before we get into that, if you're into paranormal history, forensic, and travel type videos,
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video. Right, a little history about this cemetery. Nestled on a hillside overlooking Jamestown, New York, Lakeview Cemetery is much more than a final resting place. It is one of the city's most important historic landmarks, preserving the stories of the people who helped shape both Jamestown and the surrounding region. By the late 1850s, Jamestown was growing rapidly, and the community's original burial ground had become too small to meet the needs of its expanding population. In 1858, local residents came together to establish a new cemetery on approximately 37.5 acres of land. The cemetery was officially dedicated on October 5th of 1859, becoming Jamestown's third public burial ground and reflecting the popular rural cemetery movement of the 19th century. Rather than simply serving as a place for burials, these cemeteries were designed as peaceful landscapes where families could reflect, remember, and enjoy nature. Over the decades, Lakeview Cemetery has grown to more than 150 acres and is now the resting place of over 46,000 people. Winding roads, towering trees, historic monuments, and beautifully crafted mausoleums make it one of the most scenic cemeteries in Western New York. It continues to operate as a nonprofit association governed by elected trustees, just as it has since the 19th century. Among its most infamous burials are Lucille Ball, the legendary comedian and star of I Love Lucy, whose grave draws visitors from around the world each year. Also buried here is Benjamin Franklin Goodrich, better known as B.F. Goodrich, the founder of the B.F. Goodrich Company. Although the company became synonymous with Akron, Ohio, Goodrich spent his final years in Jamestown and was laid to rest following his death in 1888. His contributions to the rubber industry helped revolutionize transportation and manufacturing in the United States. The cemetery is also home to the iconic Lady in Glass, a striking marble memorial dedicated to Grace Galloway that has become one of Lakeview's cemetery's most recognizable landmarks and a source of local folklore. Today, Lakeview Cemetery remains a place where history, architecture, and remembrance come together. Whether you're tracing family history, admiring the beautiful landscape, or visiting the graves of nationally significant figures like Miss Ball, Mr. Goodrich, walk through these historic grounds, and this will offer you a fascinating glimpse into more than 165 years of Jamestown's rich history.
Okay, we've been here before.
We have.
And we've done a video about this location and Lucille Ball's grave before. I'll put the links down in the description and all that. But I want you to talk about how she ended up here.
All right.
Okay.
Well, here we go. Comedian and actress Lucille Ball is actually best known for her role in the hit television sitcom from the 1950s, I Love Lucy. Everybody knows her from that, but she did a lot more other things as well throughout time. She was born Lucille Desiree Ball on August 6th of 1911 right here in Jamestown, New York. Now again, as Sean mentioned, we covered her bio previously and have visited here before as well. But what you really wanted to hear about today was how she got here. So it was a touching family decision rather than a mystery, as people might think. When Lucille Ball died on April 26th of 1989 following complications from surgery from an aortic aneurysm, she was cremated. Her ashes were initially placed at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, where her mother, Desiree Dee Ball, was also buried. More than a decade later, in 2002, Lucille's daughter, Lucy Arnaz, and her son, Desi Arnaz Jr., decided it was time to bring them home to Western New York. According to Lucy Arnaz, her mother had always wanted to be buried with her family. And here are a few of her close relatives that are buried here now with her as well. Bringing her back to Jamestown allowed both the family and countless admirers to also pay respects where Lucy's life began. So on July 3rd of 2002, the cremated remains of Lucille Ball and her mother were reinterred in the Ball Hunt family plot here at Lakeview Cemetery. Today she rests alongside her parents, grandparents, brother, and other relatives. The move was especially meaningful because Jamestown and nearby Celeron played such an important role in her life. Although she achieved worldwide fame in Hollywood, she often spoke fondly of her childhood here in Jamestown area and quietly supported local community projects throughout her career. Today, visitors often tour her birthplace, the cemetery, and the Lucy Ball Desi Arnaz Museum as part of a pilgrimage celebrating her legacy. And most people assume Lucille Ball was always buried here because her grave is so closely associated with the city today. But in reality, she spent the first 13 years of her after death in Los Angeles before her children fulfilled what they believed was her wish to return home. Since then, her grave here at Lakeview Cemetery has become one of the most visited celebrity graves in New York State.
Okay, so as you come in the front of the cemetery, there's lines drawn out in the street. The end of the white line takes you to Lucille Ball's grave, which is really close to here where we're at right now. But the end of the blue line brings you to the Marvin family plot. Who buried here is B.F. Goodrich, Benjamin Franklin Goodrich. Right there. So, you want to give us a bio of him?
Right. Dr. Goodrich gained recognition as an American industrialist in the rubber industry and the founder of course, the B.F. Goodrich Corporation Company in 1880. It was way back in 1880. It's hard to believe. He established the first rubber company west of the Allegheny Mountains in Akron, Ohio in 1870. By the age of 8, he was an orphan and placed in the care of an uncle. So it looks like we're going backwards in his history. But he attended Cleveland Medical School, which became Case Western Reserve University of Medicine, graduating in the year of 1861 before studying surgery at the University of Pennsylvania in 1863. With the American Civil War raging, he served in the U.S. Army in the 35th New York Infantry as a surgeon at the rank of captain. After the war, he practiced medicine for a short time before leaving for the oil fields in western Pennsylvania and real estate speculations. In 1869, he purchased the Hudson River Rubber Company from Charles Goodyear as a partner, but the business failed. After a monetary offer, he relocated the business to Akron, Ohio as Goodrich, T-E-W and Company in 1870. And in 1880, he purchased Two's share, T-E-W-S, I'm assuming that is a partner, and changed the name to B.F. Goodrich Company. On November 4th of 1869, he married Mary Elizabeth Marvin, and the couple had 3 sons and a daughter before his early death in 1888. As his health declined, he relocated to Colorado, where he died, but his remains were returned here to New York. His wealthy widow built a 23-room mansion 2 years before her death, and over multiple decades, his company's chemists invented plasticized polyvinyl chloride in 1926, synthesized rubber in 1937, and built NASA astronaut spacesuits in the 1960s.
Okay, so this is the new one. Grace LaVon Galloway. Okay, she's the daughter of John and Sarah Calhoun Galloway. So there's Sarah, right? And John. Okay, that's their daughter. She was a singer whose vocal abilities were considered extraordinary. She performed in a number of operas at the, how do you say that? Chautauqua. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Institution in New York State. She was given a chance to perform with the New York City Metropolitan Opera, but was denied permission by her father, who considered it improper thing for a lady to do. The exterior of her monument was completed by her father and grandfather. The life-size replica statue was designed by an artist in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and sculpted from marble in Florence, Italy. The statue wears one of Miss Galloway's lawn outfits. Many local legends exist about the lady behind glass. One of the most popular is that Miss Galloway is shown in her wedding dress and died of a broken heart. In fact, she died of tuberculosis. So, the paranormal claims here at the cemetery is related to her. You didn't hear any of this stuff, did you?
Nope.
No. I don't know what you were doing while we were just putting this together. The most famous legend centers around Grace Galloway, better known as the Lady in Glass. Her life-size marble statue is enclosed in a protective glass case, making it one of the most recognizable memorials in the cemetery. Although Grace died of tuberculosis in 1898, local folklore transformed her story into something far more mysterious. Many legends claim she died of a broken heart, was buried in her wedding dress, or that her spirit still wanders the cemetery after dark. While historical records tell a different story, the legends have persisted for generations and remain one of Jamestown's best-known ghost stories. Visitors have reported seeing the lady in white appear to change expressions. Open her eyes or seem to follow them as they walk around the monument. Does the eye follow them?
It's kind of hard to tell
Yeah,
with
'cause
the
sun's
sun.
in the way. Let's go down here. Let's see. Oh, it is kind of creepy. The eyes are kind of following. If that thing moves, we're out of here.
What kind of ghost hunter are you?
Others claim the figure has disappeared from inside the glass enclosure only to mysteriously reappear moments later. Some visitors have even reported feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness or emotion while standing near the memorial. Do you feel sad?
No.
No, I don't either. So beyond the lady in glass, some visitors describe hearing unexplained footsteps on quiet evenings, whispers when no one else is nearby, and sudden cold spots despite warm weather. Paranormal investigators have also reported capturing unusual photographs, unexplained electronic voice phenomena, and a feeling of being watched while walking through the older sections of the cemetery. Like many cemetery ghost stories, these experiences remain personal accounts rather than documented evidence. Whether these stories are the result of imagination, the peaceful atmosphere of an old cemetery, or something that simply cannot be explained, Lakeview Cemetery continues to fascinate believers and skeptics alike. Okay. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!